What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Aaron from Aaron's Aquatics. I am back from my 2-week vacation. I just came back from the UK, from Berlin, Germany. I had a fantastic time. I will have a different video for that in the future. Today, however, is going to be an update on my 2 shrimp tanks. Now, before we get into that, I wanted to go over a few things. So, as some of you may know, I live in Houston. If you haven't been following the news, you've been living under a rock perhaps, Hurricane Harvey came through. Now, Hurricane Harvey came through at the exact same time as I was out of the country. Blessing and curse. So half the time, you're thinking to yourself, wow, I'm really happy that I wasn't there during the hurricane. On the other half, you don't know if your house is okay. You don't know if you lost all your stuff in the flood. You don't know if your shrimp or your fish are dead. And that has been me, nerve-wracking for the past, 2 weeks. It's been absolutely crazy. I mean, I shit you not. Even in the UK or in Berlin, the amount of coverage on BBC, on local news channels, just talking about Houston, Texas, has been incredible. It's ridiculous. Everyone in the world cares about it. I mean, I care about it, but it was surprising, okay? It was surprising. On top of all that, I did finally go through with buying the new house. Really excited. I will show you guys an update on the whole house once everything's cleaned up. It's dirty as hell, it's a pigsty, we just moved in. But that also leads into the issues that we're having with Hurricane Harvey, right? We have our old house, which we're still trying to sell, which was that house flooded, right? The new house, which we just bought, didn't buy flood insurance. And, how is that house doing? The short of it is that both of my houses are okay. My old house is fine, my new house is fine. There was some minor flood damage, but I definitely feel lucky. That being said, not everything turned out well in the long term. So my 2 shrimp tanks, they didn't lose power, so that's fine. However, what I did have set up previously was a deal with my girlfriend's brother that every other day he would come and feed my shrimp tanks. Well, he lives 40 minutes away, and in Texas, that's pretty short. That's a short distance, to be fair. But because of the floodwaters, there's no way he could have traveled that far. I don't have an automatic feeder, never really had a need for one. I like feeding them, so I don't feel the need for it. But because of that, my shrimp went without food for a very long time. Because of that, surprisingly, all that said, there were only about 3 deaths on the crystal red shrimp tank, which I'm really happy about. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. I'm really sad and disappointed, but it could have been worse, and that's kind of what it comes down to. Okay, so as you can see, my floor is dirty. By the way, I know I'm gonna do a house overview coming up soon, but this is my new office. I'm super happy with it right now. I mean, you guys know I was working outside of a closet before with my 2 shrimp tanks, but this is footage from when I was with my shrimp tanks the moment that I came in that day. So you can see, the water level has dropped significantly, from the top. So I've already set up I had RDI water ready to go, so I'll be able to do a water change pretty quickly. Overall, so here's the crystal tank. There is a heavy amount of algae right there, like that stringy stuff going on there. There's some unwanted moss buildup here. There's the auto on the tank. He's doing very good. There's some more algae sitting on there. So what I'm really gonna have to go through here and clean some of this out. But the one thing I really wanted you guys to see is that there was some amazing offspring right here. Come on. It's really hard to see just because of the size and the lighting right now, but they're almost pure white. I know eventually they'll get some more of those non-juvenile colors, but I mean, it's very possible that some of these higher grade shrimp, like the one you see here at the bottom right, could have actually bred, and I would be extremely ecstatic to see how that goes. But anyways, we'll go from there. So far this tank is good. Moving on to the Bloody Mary shrimp tank. As you can see, my Rotala just exploded. I mean, this one, right, has a ton of growth, but oh my God, I don't know what it is. I think it's the higher TDS in the water, but man, these just exploded in growth. So everyone in here is doing pretty good for the most part. There is a lot of algae as you can see here as well, you know, top right, some over there, you know, some down there. I need to take a toothbrush to the food tray. You know, the basics. Now, one thing that you may not see in here, oh wait, no, sorry, they're about the same size. One thing that kind of came from the flooding is that one of my friends who lived near Dickinson, which was one of the hardest hit places in Houston, he was completely out of power. He's still out of power. So he has a nano tank. I think it's like a 5-gallon cube or something like that. And he keeps a couple of ruby tetras inside of his tank. I wish I could get some footage. I'll put some footage up here. I'll take some time to get it. But he's completely out of power. They were surviving off of battery operated air pumps and air stones and stuff like that. But what I've done is I've actually taken adoption of these temporarily. One thing I will say is it is a risk for me to be keeping these ruby tetras inside of my shrimp tank. I mean, the golden rule of fish keeping is if another fish can fit in the other fish's mouth, well, in this case shrimp, then it will eat it, or at least it will try to eat it. Okay, so I need to do 2 big water changes. I need to take out a bunch of algae. I needed to do try to do some gravel vacuuming, but I'm gonna do that right now with the magic of YouTube. I'll see you in a second. Thanks everyone for watching, I really appreciate it. I just wanted to make this a quick update over the last couple weeks since I've been gone on my trip, since Hurricane Harvey, basically everything that's kind of been going on. In the next couple weeks I plan on having tons of updates, things that have been happening. We'll have updates on the ruby tetras, see how they do in this tank. Even I'm a little bit nervous, I really am, but we'll see how that goes. I've completely set up a whole new RODI system. Really excited about that. Got some questions for you guys about that in the future. I'm planning on making a few changes to my current shrimp choices or adding to them. We'll see, you'll see. But we'll go from there. Thanks guys so much for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Aaron's Aquatics. See you next time.